Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. A new look, Just Joe Football Show. I hope you're all doing well. We're here to talk about the latest Leeds United news. I hope everything is going well for you. As you will see, the news ticking along at the bottom about the topics that we're going to be discussing today. We'll go through each player individually, etc. You can see to the left of me, right of you. You'll see the player and also their last 5 seasons from FB Ref, looking at goals and assists, etc. So hopefully that will give you an idea of how they are, etc. While we speak about each news topic, I hope you like it. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Please smash us a like on the video. Get your comments in, hit the notification bell, and all that jazz. If you could do that for me, it'd be greatly appreciated. While I just had one more little bit of news there. So let me just put a little space there. This has just come out as I've come live, so so yeah, that's why I'm a little bit all over the shop there while I quickly do this. I think we'll be joined by Andrea at some point as well. So yeah, we'll get stuck into it. Let's say hello to everyone first and foremost. So morning, Stu. Keep up the good work. We all really appreciate you, man. Legend, all but love. Stu Palmer, big up to Sasha, the man that creates this. Morning to you, my brother. Morning, I don't give a Schmidt. Thomas, morning, Joe Pap. Hope you are well. Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. I've got a dining table and 4 chairs and a sofa bed that they wouldn't take because one of the legs got a crack in it and the sofa bed is discoloured. So yeah, they wouldn't take it. Charity shop, like what we're doing here. So I'll just give it to someone. Be another free space or whatever it's called. Hi, Alison. I haven't seen you for ages, man. Hope you're well. Hope Alison and Matt, you're well, and your daughter. No doubt you've been to Florida, perhaps. Pete, yeah, Matt says, like the new format, big up, nice and early, try to be. Good morning, enthusiastic Joe Chappie. I am well. Helen, nice to see you as well. Danny talks sports with us as well. Listen, I'll give you my opinion on the Douglas Luiz stuff. Yeah, we'll talk about it finally on the channel. We'll talk about it. That wasn't even intentional, bro. I just listen genuinely. Don't look when people are on. I go live when I'm ready to go live. It is what it is. If people want to watch other people, I'm genuinely not that wrapped up in it. I promise you, I'm not. I'd have been ready from about 8:30, 9 o'clock, but then me and Sasha had to get together. Then I had to wait for shelter to come. I'm going to the beach for a walk with a dog and a chill. I want to get out of the house, so this is it. Get it done so I can leave the house. Nothing to do with anybody else, so don't worry about that. Vic Vinlinger, big up Ryan. Morning. Do you think we'll have anyone through the door today? Hopefully, Jacobiol. We'll touch on it in a second as well. Thank you very much. Big up to Skip, Jason, Excellent Warfare, Tenacious G. How do you? I hope you're good. I'm good. Yeah, good eye from Melbourne. I am a no on Christovich based on Andrea's feedback. Yeah, there's been a little bit of disagreement with Andrea from the Tacticos, so we'll hopefully speak with Andrea and get him to give his point across on Christovich as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. I haven't, but listen, I hope Evie's okay. My thoughts are with her. She's a lovely woman. She appears on the channel regularly. And I will check in with her after this as well. I know she has type 1 diabetes. I didn't know about the depression, but I will speak to her. So thank you very much. And make sure you show some love to Evie. I have a feeling Mecha will get more game time than we think. Probably as a 10, maybe as a... I don't believe so, but we'll speak about it. Love the new look, Joe. Thank you very much, Andrew. Yeah, he is. But whether we'll get him or not, I'm not sure. Big up to Jake. Nice to see you. Tim says, morning. Do you know the kit release date? I don't. Big up to Matt Scales as well. There might be some exciting news coming around the corner on this, though. Girlfriend tells me 2 medicals for next week, but no names. Who's your girlfriend? Where does she work? How do you know? Good morning, Joe. Love the new graphics. Thank you, man. As she is a nurse at Leeds, though. Are you a bit concerned that we don't seem to go for more? I disagree. No, actually, what I will say is they Prem proven, yes, but also internationally experienced players. That's what they're looking at, right? If you think about it, Jakobiol, vast experience, was at the Euros against England, did really well in that tournament. Plays at Udinese. Lecce has played in England. The left back Gudmundsson, again Swedish international. Christovich, if believed to be true, Montenegro international. There's all that Douglas Luiz has played in the Premier League. I think they are going for a certain level of experience. Yes, all good at my end, definitely. Much rather Muniz, definitely. I agree on that as well. I'm not sure on the Luiz deal. Full stop. You can have a hallelujah, bro. You can have a hallelujah. Luiz is terrible. That's just not true, is it? All right, mate. Just join and smash the like. Thank you very much. Make sure you do. It's good to have a mixture of Prem players and experienced players. Yeah, definitely. So buzzing with the players we are getting linked to, myself included. Right, let's start first of all with Christovich. I do want to see if Andrea is about as well, my man. 1 second. 1 second. One second, I'm just getting Andrea. You want to come on? We'll get, because obviously he plays at Lecce, plays over in Italy. So we'll have a look at it. Just get into some more of your comments while I wait for him. Christensen, Danish international. Which are you're saying just because they're internationals, not good? Yeah. No, we played against Slovenia, KT. Definitely did. I think a lot of people are maybe getting it twisted. With Slovenia, Slovakia, we played Slovenia in the group stage and we drew 0-0. But yeah, no worries. We won't be fighting in the relegation battle with the quality players we will get in. Agreed. Luiz will be on a lot of money, I imagine. Definitely will be. He's Juventus's third highest paid player. This is why I don't think we're going to be there. We play both. Yeah, we played them in the group stage. Yeah. Luiz is good, but he's similar to Tanaka. Should be strengthening our weak points. I'm not sure I agree. Yes, you are. But it's okay. You came for me. You came for the king, and you got shot down. It's all good. Happens a lot to people. Don't worry about it, Katie. I joke, of course. Right, let's talk about Christovich. I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm gonna send Andrea the link, and let's get his take on it. While I wait for him to come in, we'll go and speak on the article itself. It was originally reported, to be fair, by Di Marzio, which is like, up there in terms of reliability. I'll share with you the tweet in question. Here we are. Let me just zoom in on this as well. So this is from Di Marzio. It says, advanced interest of Leeds for Christovich. It remains to understand the will of the attacker. Will he or won't he be interested? This is also in this story here, which if I just, for some reason, I always have to go, it's not, no, right. What's translate said? Google Translate. Sky Sports update states that Leeds United have shown concrete interest in signing Lecce's Nikola Krstović, a 25-year-old striker who scored 12 goals and provided 5 assists in the Serie A last season. Christovich is open to a move with a reported 25 million price tag. However, competition from clubs like Milan and Roma may complicate the deal. The decision ultimately lies with the player. And I do just want to share with you an article just quickly. Sorry, I'm having to do loads of, because Andrea has said it is in Gazzetta del Sport Roma's page to say that their main target is Kalimawendo with Christovich, Imega and Scamacca as the alternatives which might play into Leeds' favour. This Roma keeps monitoring Christovich closely, but at the moment, Lecce has put a price of around about 30 million. There is an article that corresponds with this. We'll quickly run through this and then we will bring in Andrea. Leeds United submit important offer. White's bid close to 35 million euros, which of course may equate probably to around about 30 million. It does say the Whites have identified US Lecce, Nikola Krstović, as a target to strengthen their attack. That's according to Sky Italia and Di Marzio, and obviously other reports as well. The striker, I'm not even going to, I'll give it a go. DAC Dunskastreda to join the, I can see Andrea laughing in the background, to join the Italian club in August and manage 7 goals and 2 assists in his debut season and 12 goals and 5 assists from 38 games last season. Leeds have made an important offer for the Montenegro international. The report makes no mention of figures, but states the fee proposed by Farkas side is close to Lecce's asking price. Calcio Lecce state that asking price is 35 million, including bonuses. So let's get a bit of a lowdown on the player himself from Mr. Andrea.
Dobar dan. Dobro jutro. Good morning. Yeah, in Serbian, you know, so Christovich can understand too, you know, what we're saying. By the way, man, Dunajska Streda, so you pronounce it all right, you know.
Yeah, okay, I did.
That's fine. That's fine.
Good. I'm learning, man. I'm learning.
Yeah. Just joking,
Talk to me about Christovich, mate. I know you've been in a bit of a battle this morning, Pirro.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, a fair battle, you know. I think someone just took the first phrase that I said, you know, around Christovich. I actually really rate him as a player, you know. In Serie A, he did very well, you know. He's one of the upcoming strikers in the league, you know. Still have to adjust to this new camera, by the way. But yeah, he's one of the upcoming you know, strikers in Serie A. He's been linked with Roma, with Fiorentina as a backup striker for the current number 9s they have, you know. So I saw you showed my tweet, you know, about La Gazzetta dello Sport this morning. They are basically saying Roma have targeted Calimuendo, but if they don't get Calimuendo for the backup of Dovbyk, they want Krstović, but the price is too high for them at the minute, you know, 30 million. Just consider that Atalanta for Retegui, starting number 9 of Italy, they paid the last season 25 million from Genoa. And Retegui at the time was already in the setup of the national team. Him and Scamacca were battling for that position. Then Scamacca got injured, you know, and Retegui has become our starting number 9 and had 28 goals this season. So I still think that he's a very good player, Krstović. He's not guaranteed, you know, in a certain sense that he can make the next step up. And yeah, honestly, you'll have to wonder if he can make, you know, that step, because I think it's similar in a certain sense that you have to move from a lower side in the Serie A where you enjoy a lot of freedom, a lot of the ball, a lot of space. I only have one stat for you that, you know, identifies Krstović. He was the striker that had more shots last season in Serie A, 137. But
more than anybody else.
More than anybody else, but just 42 on goal. So every time he has the opportunity, he shoots. Okay. But in the build-up, and that's where I return to my tweets, you know, and I think he was misinterpreted. I'm not saying he's like Pirro in terms he's a player of the same level of
I have just tweeted out saying, come and hear how much he's like Pirro.
No, I think they're very similar, you know, of course. Body type, Krstović, stronger than Pirro. Physical battles, stronger than Pirro. Aerial duels, stronger than Pirro. Attacking in behind, stronger than Pirro. Where they are similar, and we know how Farke wants the 9 to operate, is the build-up. So I will take Krstović over Pirro, 100%. Okay. Remember that, I will take Krstović over Pirro 100% because physically he's more ready than Pirro to be in the Premier League. Okay. Physically, because of his body type. And I've seen also comparisons with Mitrovic. They are all right. those comparisons, because if you look at the physical battles, aerial duels, how he engage with the center back, very similar to Mitrovic. Also, his penalty finish is very similar to the Serbian one, But in the build-up, he drops back, he tries to drag out the center back, he moves all around, very versatile, 1-2, hold-up play, very similar to Pirot. So it's not down to undermining Krstović or undermining Pirot. It's just saying that I'm imagining our pecking order in terms of the 9, And I'm imagining as the starter for me, a number 9 with the proven Premier League or Bundesliga or those kind of leagues experience. And those players, my main name, like in this case, will be a good example, Demirovic, who wants to leave Stuttgart, and he scored like 17, 18 goals last season in the Bundesliga. Can remember the correct figure, Is that, you have that kind of player in this case, and then you have as the backup a player like Krstović, an upcoming one, or Pirot. So it's either him or Pirot. You have to choose, because Krstović can turn out to be the new Retegui, for example, moves from Genoa to Atalanta and explodes, He starts scoring goals for fun, because he's in the right setup. But if it doesn't work, then you have no plan B, because you have 2 players who play in the Premier League for the first time, Krstović and Pirot. You have Mecha. I don't know what happened there. Mecha, we don't know if he's fit, his physical state, because he was a very good player, before his injuries. Very similar situation to Bamford in that case, But we don't know. We don't know how much we can rely on him, to be that kind of profile that we want for the number 9. So like a proven one, Krstović or Pirot, match as the third choice, and then you have to decide, of course, what you want to do with the, again, you have to decide between Joseph and Bamford what you want to do with them,
Do you think there's that big of an upside to what we've already got then in paying what they want for him? Like, you're saying he's better than Pirot, but is he that much better that you'd be willing to shell out the money that's been mentioned for him? Or is he is he just one on a long list? I mean, there's a lot of reports saying, definitely Maybury, who, to be fair, on Wacko's been getting a lot of rights, saying a lot of it's agent talk. Football Guru believes that Leeds United and Fulham are still in conversations. We know Fulham have been linked to a striker from the States, Pepe, I believe it is, and I saw a tweet on Pepe just the other. The reporter that ran with it, Mike McGrath, actually tweeted about it May last year. So obviously Fulham have been tracking this Pepe fella for quite some time. So hopefully the Muniz deal is still alive. But is the upside on Christovich? Because again, you know me, I don't know this player. Is he worth what they want? And would you say it's that much of an upgrade that you'd be happy? Or I guess, would you be willing to? I mean, because you've just you retweeted Chris's tweets, who watches a lot of Italian football.
Yeah,
from the square ball.
I also texted him, because I wanted to share our opinions too.
Yeah, and he said about
heads up,
is he ready to transition straight away to the Premier League? It's a big step.
Yeah, that's one of the main worries, because I think, like I said, when we were talking about Biol, I think there's players who are perfectly suited to Serie A, and I think he's one of them. If he goes to a better club in Serie A, no way, 100% he will do well. 100% he will improve. He will do well in Serie A because of the differences. Yeah, Demirovic. Because of the differences that there are in place between Serie A and the Premier League. We see now also Retegui is a good example of that. But also we have bad examples, of players who did very well in Serie A, like Enzola at Spezia, like Noslin at Verona. Then they moved to a better club, like Enzola moved from Spezia to Fiorentina, and he did badly. He didn't do well. Noslin did great with Hellas Verona, moved to Lazio. Yeah, struggled. Same for Boulaye Dia, was the main guy at Salernitana. They played for him. Then he left, went to Lazio. He's become a squad player, and he had some good games, but also some downs, throughout the season. But looking at our current squad, it will be better, of course, than the ones that we currently have. But I don't think that's the main point, because I think, like I said, it's still a player that has done good things in Serie A. But again, in Serie A, they enjoy a lot of space, a lot of freedom. The areas, the defense, the midfield, and the attack, there's a lot of space between them. There's a lot of 1v1 situations. The rhythm and intensity in the Premier League is way better, is way different. There's not much 1v1 situations. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of congestion, especially in certain areas. The differences in the spaces, in the rhythm, in the intensity. Christovich is a very good finisher, but like we've seen too, he needs to improve still in terms of being more clinical to the easy goals, because he scores some screamers, He's really good because, like we said, when he has the chance, he shoots. But at times, I was talking with an Italian journalist friend of mine yesterday night about this. He said to me, he needs to improve with the easy goals. I agree with that, because at certain times he's better when he needs to score, like from outside the box. But inside the box, sometimes he lacks the clinicality. He needs to do something like Pirot did, in a certain sense, in that case. So he needs to really improve in that case, because Pirot was already a good finisher the season before, 2023-2024, but last season he made the step, I think, in being more clinical, but we needed it to be more clinical for the team,
Yeah, it's interesting because I know we were chatting and stuff off air, but like the Premier League's a different animal in it. Like at the end of the day, you see, just off the top of my head, you see McBurney going to La Liga, doing well. You see Shea Adams go to Serie A, doing well.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And then
between the cup and the league, yeah,
and then obviously I remember when I was saying we should sign Shea, I'm like, God, they're shit. But when you go outside of the Premier League, it is easier for them, I believe, Andrea, man. So the Premier League's a totally different animal, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a completely different animal, absolutely 100%. But yeah, I think it's something that sorry that I am in the office, so
yeah.
Wait 1 second.
Andrea, there, Andrea's speaking.
Wait a second. So I told them like to lower down the tone, so in order to that
the guy has spoken. He said, I'm working.
Yeah. No, you got me in a moment where I had a bit of spare time, but that I have also a position where I know how to manage everything. But yeah, overall, like I said, I think Krstović might be the one that can make that step because he really has the hunger, because you don't move from the nice Castreda in the Slovakian league for 4 million to Lecce and you have an instant impact, So he's a really angry, hard-working player. My main worry, of course, is the price because I think it's really high compared to the player right now. He has a lot of potential. He's 25. It needs to be said that he's 25, But, he has a lot of potential. But in that case, I think for that price, if you want to spend 30 millions, like they're asking, 30 million euros,
yeah,
I think there's other players that you can find, in that case. But I will take him personally. I will take him, but if we take also another 9, because it's still a risk, because he has things that you can really say, okay, he's doing great there. He has that great traits. How they transfer to the Premier League, though, you don't know.
No, yeah,
you don't know. And again, there's the gap between the Premier League and Serie A. Look, now Tonali did great, last season. The other players moved from Serie A to the Premier League and they failed.
Yeah.
It took time to Tonali to adapt, however, after he returned, after his ban, it took time for him to return, Even Calafiori, Calafiori, there were critics about him. Then he adapted too, but
it's true.
It takes time, It takes time. It's really different, especially between the top half and the lower half, And the other thing, Joey, is Lecce plays for him. Basically, he's their target forward for them. We know that it's not down to Krstović or Pirot, but it's down to Farke. We know how Farke wants Line to play. So either change the style and allows him to drop less back, Krstović, and attack more in behind. Then we change to his straight. Otherwise, it will be really similar to Pirot, to what Pirot does in the build-up, but it's not down to them having those similarities massively, but the way we play. And we know that Farke is very one way in that sense,
100%. Before I let you go, because I know you are busy at work, mate, we're going to be talking about Douglas Luiz next. Obviously, you shared the story with us yesterday. Tutto
Sport, yeah.
Tutto Sport, yeah. Not always reliable. I did a bit of research, but yeah.
They have a reputation here, because they're
very pro Juventus.
Exactly.
As well. I do research, mate. I do research. But do you think that that's gonna be a move, or just a quick answer, bro?
I think that on this one, I have really, really, really high doubts, because he signed for them for 50 million euros last summer. Yes, he earns 5 million per year net and 9 million per year gross. So he has a contract in 2029. The season before, he qualified for the Champions League with Aston Villa. Last season, he had many, many injuries. And the managers didn't trust him to play because he was rarely fit, But he's still a great player for me, especially for the Premier League, where he can express his talent more, because in Serie A they tried, especially Motta, then Tudor, they tried to implement and tailor a role for him tactically. But to those kind of players like Douglas Luiz, you need to let them express their freedom, because they are creative players, they are attacking playmakers, they are very balanced players, but they can create, they can be like your regista, in a certain sense, both in the attacking phase and also tracking back. They even try to play him as a 6 in front of the defense with defensive assignments. I don't think that he's that kind of player, but yeah, considering that they paid 50 million euros and considering that he was in the Brazilian national team last season when they played, I think, in the Copa America, I think he really wants to aim higher, like Nottingham Forest, those kind of clubs, Brighton, those kind of clubs, and again, he's a big earner, so we need to spend and distribute the salaries properly. And honestly, I don't think we're in the range for Douglas Luiz right now. If we manage to pull that off, very doubtful again. Hats off, statue to Adam Underwood, but I think it's fair to eye as a target for us, right now, for his salary and what he earns,
Agreed. Well, Andrea, I will let you get back to work, my man. Thanks you for coming on and clarifying everything.
No worries.
Day, man. Cheers, buddy.
No worries. Always here, man. Bye-bye.
Brother. There we go. That was Andrea Russo there, just confirming that Pirot is exactly like Christovich. I'm joking. Don't lose your heads. Hopefully that gives some clarification on that. So Christovich, look, if I'm honest, based on what we know up to this point, it sounds like it could well be a lot of agent talk. We will move on now to Douglas Luiz. You'll have seen the news stories flashing along the bottom there. Again, Leeds United eye near record-breaking transfer with Douglas Luiz. Pursue on the cars. The Brazil international move to Serie A, we've just been hearing of there. Look, the facts are Douglas Luiz is Juventus' third highest paid player. If they were wanting to get shot, there's going to have to be some sort of agreement in terms of wages if they wanted loan with a view to a permanent potentially. But according to Tutto Sport, which again is a heavily pro Juventus outlet in terms of the news they put out, I think it's a lot of just trying to drum up interest. And if you want my honest opinion, if Douglas Luiz was available for reduced wages and for a reduced price or even loan with a view to a perm, I just don't see a situation in where a newly promoted side get him. If I'm honest, there's going to be a lot of change at a lot of football clubs. Manchester United are fucking taking, for God's sake. Do you know what I mean? They could do with a Douglas Luiz. There's loads of clubs that would take him. So I just don't envisage a situation where we managed to get in Douglas Luiz. If we did, like's been said, hats off. You know, it'd be great. It'd be great if we could indeed get that deal done. But again, I highly doubt it. Moving on now to Jakobiol. Jakobiol, hopefully, you would imagine, would be announced today. There's a lot of reports, as we know, that he did his medical yesterday. I'm assuming he won't still be there. He's probably away and gone on his honeymoon now after he was married at the weekend. I believe we've got him for around about 19 million all in, which includes the add-ons. He was, there was a late shout from Newcastle, but again, I think a lot of that was to get the deal over the line, if you like. But Jakobiol will hopefully be in the door. Yeah, exactly, David. That's on Douglas Luiz. It's crazy. He's their third highest placed player. It's insane. I do now want to touch on Club Brugge player Onyedika. Which should come on now. There you go. This is, I believe, he's a number 6. Apparently, we're looking at him. It has come from Graeme Bailey. I'm not going to lie to you. It's never something that I take with a lot of credence, as you can see here. I've been told one name of West Ham, one, and Leeds have looked at him as well. We may well have, but I believe he's predominantly a 6. It seems Leeds United are okay in that area, and we're more looking ahead to trying to get a box-to-box 8, unless, of course, Onyedika can play there. But I think we know the midfielders that we're looking at, and obviously one of them is everyone knows about, of course, is Habib Diarra. Diarra, we put in a bid. As we know, Diarra is a player that we want. I mean, he's that unknown. Look, he doesn't even have a picture. But yeah, Diarra is a player that we want. But there's a host of clubs. The Bobble, which might sound mad, but the Bobble, who is a reputable Everton source, on the money, ITK, runs like a podcast, etc. He basically said that Everton like him as well. There's been links with Villa. We saw the Forest fan, NFC 2020, who comes in here. He's mentioned it. So I think there's a lot of interest in him. Very good source is the Bobble. And he's saying it on a podcast. I don't even think it's out there on the Twitter. It's on his Patreon podcast. So I think it's going to be difficult. Leeds have just tweeted out. No, it's just about the player of the year. I think Strasbourg are well aware that there's going to be a lot of interest in this lad. The fact that Leeds United have had a go will probably alert other clubs, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I think Noah Siddiqui might be the one. Although that's gone quiet. It's all gone a little bit quiet. And with some of the names now that are getting thrown out, I feel like we're in that place again where no one's quite sure who's got what. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had loads of mad links. And if we think about it now, we were linked to Vardy, we were linked to Wilson, we were linked to loads of players. And then we got some credible links, and we're seeing players come in like Jakobiol. Then we got Metra out of nowhere. Goodmanson seems like it could be a mover. And now we're in that position again where we're getting crazy names like, I believe, Douglas Luiz. Like, I believe even the Onyedika, it don't quite make sense with him being a number 6. Maybe Christovich as well is just a name that's out there, although it is from Di Marzio, so maybe it has some semblance of credibility to it. But yeah, I feel like we're in that stage again where it could be every man and his dog, or every woman and a cat. I didn't want to say pussy, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've said it anyway now. But yeah, Leeds to sign Goodmanson, that's another one. But yeah, that's it for your news this morning. I hope you've liked the new setup, the news reels, etc. Just trying to increase the overall quality of it. If there's any more transfer news, I will speak on it later on. Obviously, I get my little boy tonight after school, so we'll be chilling, and then maybe on the evening, there's no games. Club World Cup that I fancy covering today either. So yeah, that'll be it from me. But big up to you all. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit that notification bell. I'm going to go in and enjoy the sun now for a bit. Because my back was killing yesterday, so I didn't do much. So I'm going to go, because it's better today, because I bought some Voltarol, and it actually works a treat. So big up to you all. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace out, people. Thanks for becoming a member, Football Guru, and big up Pete Benson for the super chat as well. Hopefully we get Rodrigo Muniz, but we'll see. Peace out now.